Dave Ramsey is wrong, and his advice could be stopping you from achieving your financial goals. If you're doing these two things that he recommends, then you could be missing out on thousands, if not millions of dollars. And yes, I'm not exaggerating. Plus, you could even be adding months or years to your journey on becoming debt-free. What's up, guys? It's James Allen, the out-of-state investor. And before I tell you what two things I'm talking about, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and smash that like button and push the subscribe button below, along with the bell icon next to it, to get notified of new videos like this one. With that said, let's get started. Okay, first things first. Dave Ramsey talks about dealing with debt with his Debt Snowball Method. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, he basically explains that in order to eliminate debt, he recommends taking the credit card which has the lowest amount of debt and then eliminate that first, gradually moving up until you hit the higher balances and eventually the highest balance credit card. And look, I get it. His philosophy, it's all about hope and how when you pay off that first credit card, you'll believe that you can do it and pay the rest of them off. My problem with this is, for example, you might have a credit card with a $25,000 balance at a 36% interest rate, and there you are instead tackling a personal loan for $10,000 with a 10% interest rate first because it's the lower amount. When you finally pay off the $10,000 loan, you're now putting in an extra $83 a month in your pocket, and that's great. But if you would have focused instead on the largest interest rate first and eliminated $10,000 from that credit card, you would now be pocketing an extra $300 a month. The major problem with Dave's philosophy on this one is Dave speaks to millions of people, so you can't just throw everyone into one type of group and assume that they're all as incapable as each other. With his platform, he's just trying to play it super safe. But for you watching this, you know yourself better than Dave Ramsey does, and if you really are determined to eliminate your debt, and if you really do want to eliminate debt as fast as possible, then you need to know that you are more than capable of doing it. Just because Dave Ramsey says to do it this way doesn't mean that it's the best way for you. Now, it might be the best way for you if you're that type of person he talks about, just needing to believe it's possible again. But if you really believe that already and you understand it's possible, as long as you just stick to your budget, then go the faster way. I can tell you from personal experience that I used to be in $25,000 of debt, and that by eliminating the highest interest rate credit cards first, I was able to get out of debt completely in about 6 or 7 months, and it would have taken me months longer if I would have gone with Dave Ramsey's advice. So in conclusion, focus on interest rate, not on the balance owed on the credit card. The second thing Dave Ramsey is wrong about is when investing in real estate. Dave Ramsey recommends you buy in cash. His philosophy with this is once again to play it safe so that you don't make the same mistakes in real estate that he initially made and over leverage. If you want to know more about what I'm talking about, Graham Stephan does a great video breakdown on how Dave Ramsey went broke with real estate. Link in the description below. But back to my point. If you listen to Dave's advice, you could be leaving thousands, if not millions of dollars on the table over the long run. You see, one of those things that makes real estate so attractive as an investment is this thing called leverage. For those of you not familiar with the term, leverage in real estate is essentially utilizing your ability to borrow other people's money or banks' money to purchase more real estate. And because of that, you can increase your return on investment and grow your net worth exponentially. In today's market, you can actually control hundreds of thousands of dollars of real estate with down payments as low as 3.5%. This is a great opportunity that people are taking advantage of all the time. With Dave's way, you could actually spend $100,000 to purchase one house with no mortgage. With this strategy, you're making money 3 main ways, and that's going to be your cash flow that you get, the tax benefits, and the appreciation on that house. But with leverage, you could have purchased 5 $100,000 houses with 20% down on each one, totaling $100,000 out of pocket. Now, if you buy smart, you're making money in 4 different ways. Number 1, equity pay down. This just means that your tenants are paying down your mortgage for you and in turn helping you make money through equity in your house. That's going to be $400,000 in your pocket after 30 years. Number 2, cash flow. If you buy right, you should still be cash flowing on each property after all expenses are paid down. Number 3, you get the same tax benefits, but now you're adding a mortgage, which allows you to deduct your mortgage interest, which now saves you even more money come tax time. And number 4, appreciation. And this is where you're really going to make a killing compared to Dave Ramsey's way. You get 5 $100,000 houses appreciating versus one house. If I take a 3% annual growth over 30 years, which is very conservative, your one house with Dave will have gone from $100,000 to $242,726.25, whereas your 5 houses combined will have gone from $500,000 to $1.2 million. Each of these examples used the same $100,000 invested, but the difference was one used leverage and the other didn't. The real trick to not failing at using leverage is to find a balance. Where most people normally get burned is they over leverage and purchase properties that are cash flow negative or just aren't putting money in their pockets every month. With these kind of investors, all it takes to fail is multiple vacancies or major repairs that come up, and it can really put them in a situation to where they can't afford the mortgage payments anymore and they end up getting foreclosed on. This is one of those dangers that Dave Ramsey alludes to when leveraging with real estate. But once again, you can't group millions of people and put them all in the same box. There are plenty of people out there that are responsible and capable of not over leveraging. I personally use leverage with real estate, but the way I avoid over leveraging is these 3 things. Number 1, I only purchase cash flow positive real estate so that no matter what the market does, up or down, I still get my cash flow coming in every month. Number 2, I keep a healthy amount of reserves for each property so that in case of a major emergency, such as maybe I need a new roof or I just got a few vacancies, I have funds ready to cover those expenses. And number 3, I always have a solid amount of equity in my properties. I buy houses under market value so that I can get instant equity the minute I close on the property. And then these properties will also have a value add element to them so that I can gain further equity after renovating them. When you look at real estate icons like Ken McElroy, Robert Kiyosaki, or Grant Cardone, I mean, these are guys who literally own thousands of units each and have net worths in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And they got to that point by using leverage in real estate. Now, I'm not saying that using leverage is for everyone, but what I am saying is that if you can be responsible about how you utilize leverage, you will have the opportunity to grow your net worth multiple times compared to Dave Ramsey's method and set yourself up for an even more abundant life. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm posting new videos every Friday, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and check those out. Make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video and comment down below to give me your feedback or if you have any video ideas you'd like me to cover. Aside from that, make sure you're following me on Instagram @TheOutOfStateInvestor. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.